So you clicked on this video because you wanted to know what business credit card is easy to get, right? But what I'm gonna also identify is the credit card that you could get and 2 ways that you can get this credit card without the hassle of building business credit as well. Stay tuned. Hey, what's going on? This is Emmanuel Lunt, and this is Ready for the Lifestyle. Thanks for tuning in. If this is your first time on my channel, don't forget to subscribe to my channel. And if it's not, hit that notification bell so you can hear all the latest, greatest tips and tricks from your boy in regards to helping new and existing business owners grow their business with structure and financial help. So let's get into this topic. You wanted to know what business credit card is easy to get. When I first started business, I actually got the Capital One Classic Spark card, which was an easy card to get for me. I didn't have very good credit. My credit score was not in the 700s. Plus, I didn't have any business credit built up. So, we can kind of debunk that. I didn't have any business credit score at the time with Dun & Bradstreet or Experian Business or Equifax to actually produce for them to look at. They actually looked at my personal credit score in order to make a decision on should they give me the card or not. But what I do have to tell you is that with me having a poor credit score, I would say poor because it's less than 700, I did have an account established with them. So they're gonna actually require you to have a banking account with them in order to get this card established. So you wanna do that prior to even going to look at this card. Another thing that you might want to look at is the fact that you may have to put down some money. Another thing with Capital One, they're very lenient when it comes down to making acceptances for people with damaged credit. Also, as far as business wise, a low limit, which some people may not see that as feasible and when going into business, but it all depends on what you're trying to do and what you're trying to accomplish with this credit card. My main purpose was to build history, and that's what I actually got from that card because Capital One actually reports to personal. It actually builds your personal and it builds your business credit at the same time. So you still have to be careful in your decision in using Capital One cards because that's one of the things that held anyone back if you're trying to build business credit and you're not really focused on your personal credit and you want to get a card just for business credit, then I don't think this card will be for you. But if you are actively looking to repair both, it will be a good card for you. And the fact that they are lenient in their decision process, where if you're working with them for a little bit of time, they see history, they're able to graduate your account very fast as well. The next thing I noticed about Capital One is that you'll be able to get a Capital One card even if you have the poorest of credit. They will ask you to do a secured card instead of just getting an unsecured card. So you'll take I would suggest just using $200 because you don't want to tie up too much money into this card until they graduate. It's going to take time. It's a process. Sometimes, I heard of people going through a process and not getting graduated for years. And I actually went through the process of not getting graduated from Wells Fargo for over 5 years. And I'm talking about a personal card, but it was 5 years. I had about, $3,000 into that account, and they end up not graduating me to unsecured, which would mean they'll give back my money. So I was, highly upset. So when you're starting up an account like this, you want to put, a low amount. Yes, you could put a high amount. It would be good if you are in business and you're trying to create some traction. I normally tell someone, if you have the money to put into an account and it's secured, you should put at least $10,000 to meet that low 5 criteria. And with that low 5 criteria, you'll be able to apply for loans once it's seen in the system, okay? So that's a whole nother story, a whole nother method that I use as far as getting business credit and also getting loans that you can use that approach as well. Back to Capital One. So most of us here are trying to build business credit for their business in order to acquire new capital. I suggest that you start with that card first before you go into anything else because you want to build a stable line of history. And this would provide that as well as personal, if you're trying to get your personal back in line. The next thing is that there is about 4 or 5 other cards that I would tell any new and existing business owner to start if they're trying to build business credit. And I actually made a video about that. I'll put that link right here and you can go check out that video in details. One thing I do want to point out, because I did tell you if you don't have the credit, you can do a secured card. On your personal credit, it does show as a secured credit card, but on your business credit profile, it would not show as secured. It would just show as a regular account on your business credit card. So you wouldn't have to worry about that being shown on your business credit report. Don't get me wrong, using some type of security in order to gain a credit line is a good method in order to build business credit. So, in order to do this, you may have to put down some money, which is perfectly fine. Or, the fact that it's PG, everyone is big on no PG. That's not a myth. I'm not going to say, having no PG is a myth, but it takes time to actually get there. So if you need some instructions on how to get no PG credit cards, please do look in the description below. I actually provide a course. It's called Business Credit ASAP, where I'll take you to 0 to 150,000 in 90 days or less. It all depends on your situation. So definitely click the link below and get on that coaching call, and I explain exactly what you have to do in the process and the steps as well in order to get no PG cards. So even though this plastic card is really good to use, there's other credit cards out there that's pretty good to use. Also, comment below, let me know what business credit card you actually use that was easy to get, and let us know if you use a PG or not. You say the name of the credit card and if you use a PG or not. Just let us know in the comments below, because people are looking for this information and we're trying to share with each other. Let me take a step back and explain something to you about it being secured, because the process does not initially have to be secured. It all depends on your credit score. So if your credit score is around 680, depending on the part of the country that you live in, they also pull different credit scores from different credit reports. So it all depends on where you are in the US. Hey guys, if you're liking this information and you really found it valuable, please comment below. Let me know exactly what you think is the best credit card for business owners to get. Also, like and share this video. I would love to make sure that I get content out to you guys on a regular. Just let me know. You can comment below and let me know exactly what content you want me to cover, and I'll try to cover that in my YouTube videos. In New York, per se, they're using TransUnion to make their decisions. Okay, I gave you that. That's a tip. But anyway, in regards to that, it being secured or not, let's just say you did have poor credit and you had some cash on hand. You can use that cash to actually guarantee that you're going to get this card by applying for it under the secured program. So once you apply for this card under the secured program, it also helps your personal credit and your business credit. And this is one thing that I do teach in my course. When I give these coaching calls, I explain to people, if you're in business, you're in there to do transactions. That requires you to make sure that you're going to make payments and conduct business. And I know I heard a lot of things about business credit and how people use business credit to get real estate. It all depends on what you're trying to do. But what I'm explaining to you at the very beginning, if you want to run a profitable business and maintain it, you want to start using your cards or your accounts towards the business that you are in, not the business that you want to be in, but the business that you are in. That's one of the things I've noticed from the very beginning. When you go outside and you go outside of credit cards, and you talk about Quill and you get all these different net 30 accounts, and they're just buying stuff to bring home. You're not making any sense. You're buying this stuff just so you can buy what you want to get a mop or something like that. That doesn't make any sense in order to build business credit. You should be using those accounts in order to put products in your store, or you should be using those accounts so that you can do business with the government or something like that. That would be the main reason to use any net accounts, not the other way, just for business credit purpose. But that's a whole nother story. Reason to get this card if you're in a startup phase and you're trying to build history and you have expenses, this is a good card to have because it reports to Dun & Bradstreet, Experian Business, and Equifax, which is very important. That's all I have on what business credit card is easy to get. Don't forget to subscribe and like this video if you found this content very valuable. Thanks again. See you soon.